Welcome to our Victorian dollhouse. Been working on it for many years. It was a house that we actually restored. It had been damaged. The stairs were broken. It was missing some railing. The whole house was angled. The front door and frame were missing. It didn't have any windows at all. It needed a lot of love, and so we gave it a lot of love. But I also belonged to a miniature guild and learned so much from these experienced ladies. Put together a quilt, made a windsock, made a floor mat, and I made a seashell wreath. You'll see here's a flower pot full of polymer clay roses. And in front, if you can see that, it's a luminary. It's Mary Poppins, and it's actually a Cricut pattern that I cut out with a Cricut machine. It's meant to be a large scale luminary, but I minimized it. The windows that you see, some of them are drawings that I hand painted and then minimized and put on vellum. Some are actually my stained glass windows that my husband and I have made, and we minimized those so that the grandchildren could see all of our stained glass. And it just adds a little Victorian effect to it, I believe. Now we're going to take you on a tour inside. So I'm going to turn it, but normally we would walk in the door. You can see more of the stained glass. And then welcome inside. So if you were to walk in the front door, you would come into the kitchen. And in the kitchen, we have flooring from Greece. We have wallpaper that was gifted from a relative. We have your normal kitchen with the table and chairs, and these were repurposed chairs. And of course we have a little bread basket that's crocheted from thread with bread made from polymer clay. We'll just put it over here for now. It's not that easy to do. We have a cookie tin. Sorry. Let's see if I can move this over here for you so you're not. And you'll see chocolate chip cookies inside. This is actually aquarium tubing and jewelry finds and potato chips. These chips are actually the seeds from a bell pepper plant, dried and baked. Polymer clay bananas and grapes, and you can see the pizza. This was purchased at a fair. Inside, this cabinet was actually repurposed. I put vellum for the frosted effect for the glass. Those are bowls all made of polymer clay. And then I have a cake made from polymer clay. And we have cookies. And we have, sorry, that's a lemon pie. Then we have candy bars because the grandkids are coming over and they do have a sweet tooth. So if you come upstairs, sorry, we'll go across. Got to have a pet with a crocheted rag rug, and you have another crocheted rug here. This was a gift from a friend, and you can see the dining room is in the back, so that in this house you can go straight from the front door into the dining room, or you can come into the kitchen. And then we have portraits of the family. These frames are made from polymer clay, and then we put family portraits there. So let's come upstairs. This is the music room and study. We do have a TV set. Let's see if I can turn it so you can see a little better. And some things were purchased. Some I bought on auction. And some things were made. Here's an aquarium. This actually is the covering to a measuring tape container. In the music room, we have quite a few items that we think are fun for the kids. One is this aquarium, and I may have mentioned it before, but the covering, or the casing, is actually a cover to tape measure. Plastic, you just cut everything off and then put a little glue and sand in it, and then the scrapbook fish fit just nicely in there. One thing I did when I was showing a friend, though, when the glue wasn't dry, is I turned it upside down to show her. The sand went everywhere. Not a wise move on my part. And we have an old newspaper on the desk, and we have musical instruments. I don't know if you can see the violin in the back. Let's see, this is one of our picture frames that's fallen. Violin is to show some of the instruments that our family members play. And then we have a desk, an old-fashioned telephone. I think it's important for the grandkids to know that they actually had phones that were connected to cords and not the air. So we have that. And then coming into the master bedroom suite, pair of shoes. You know, gentlemen don't always put their shoes up, nor do ladies. The lady of the Victorian era, and her little chair and dressing table, and the perfume bottles and tray were a gift from a friend, which is nice to have friends that do things like that. And I have a daisy quilt in the back, and her little nightgown, and a mirror in the back as well, and a sewing machine, and a sewing basket, and an Afghan frame. And I actually have a crocheted Afghan I'll have to show you later. I must have taken it out to show someone. Then if you come upstairs, we have the nursery, and it is filled to the brim with a crocheted thread rug. This is a repurposed broken carriage that I crocheted and used polymer clay and put it back together. A baby cradle with a little baby in it. A blanket a friend made for me, and some toys in the back. And you can just see all the fun here. Had to have Curious George replica, not quite Curious George, and a baby doll in a box. And everybody knows the old ragged bathrobe. This is actually out of that scruffy yarn that you use to make dishcloths. I figured we all needed to have one of those in the house. And this is what I call the New Year's Day scale. You only get on it New Year's Day. Make your plans for New Year's, and good luck sticking to your diet. And in the bathroom, you have a sink, and you have toiletries. And this is a rug that I received from someone who was in her 80s, and she crochets these. And the bathtub's in the back. Tried to put a little bit of a shower curtain there. My grandson's first response when he saw this is, "Grandma, where's the screen? The lady can't be in the bathroom without privacy. She has to have privacy." I thought that was precious. So that's a little bit about this Victorian house. Hope you enjoyed the tour. I look forward to seeing you again. If you do like this, please click like, subscribe, and share to your friends. Have a good day.